Hey everybody, got a great one for you today. A great love song, a song from Anne Murray in 1980. And you know what it's called? It's called Can I Have This Dance? I'm going to show you how to do it. 5 simple chords. Just going to take a few minutes and you're going to be playing Can I Have This Dance? We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Senior Guitar Lessons with Bill, and I am Bill. And as I said in the little teaser, we've got a great one for you today. But you know what? I got a great introduction for you today. Guess who I'm going to introduce you to? Here she is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. You know, I've talked about this. You guys were helping me name her. And, you know, now for all you acoustic people out there, don't worry. This is still an actual, this is an acoustic plus an electric. You know, this is called a hollow body. So you could play it both ways. I've got a little amplifier down here now because I'm just happy to play it. It's so much fun to play. I love the, as they call the guitars, they call it the action, which is how close the strings are to the neck. And it's just so easy to push these strings down. I play acoustics a lot, but every once in a while I just love to get an electric out here and play it. So here she is, Epiphone, hollow body, and as y'all know, it's always been a real goal of mine to find one like this. I've been looking for one with the cherry finish for a long time, and I finally found it, and you guys are helping me name it, and thank you so much for the names. We got some great names coming in. Oh my gosh, I wish I'll put it in the description, the list that y'all can check it out that I've got so far. We got some great ones. Let's see, on the male side, we had Red Skelton, red hair. Lucille Ball, I've seen that one. Several of you said Lucille Ball. I got one the other day called Sherry. That's kind of cool, Sherry. And there's a bunch of them. So they're really great. So I really appreciate you guys helping me name that. You know, I still have Johnny Cash, and I have Betty White, and this one we will have a name for very soon. So anyway, here we are, and as I mentioned to you, we got a great one today. This song from 1980, and you might remember a movie, big movie back years ago called Urban Cowboy, and this song played a big role in the movie Urban Cowboy with John Travolta. And you know, in my old days as a DJ, the days that I got to play DJ and we did a lot of weddings, I would imagine this was the #1 song. Can I Have This Dance? Usually was the first song, you know, the first song that the bride and groom do. And this was a big song for that. So here we go. It's a really neat song. And if you've been watching my strumming patterns, my strumming video, you'll see we're going to be doing some single stroke, very close to some single stroke strumming for this song, because I wanted to pick a song right during the middle of these 2 parts of strumming videos that are coming out that would be a song that you could play right along with and do very easily. So, Can I Have This Dance by Anne Murray. There's only 5 chords. There's A, there's A7, there's D, there's E7, so easy. E7 is easier than playing an E even. And then D minor. That's it. That's it. That's the whole song. Can I Have This Dance? Now I'm going to play a little bit of it here in the beginning so you'll get the idea, okay, of kind of what this sounds like. And you will remember how it is, okay? Because I want you to really, as I said before, you really got to know the song, because especially for the strumming. You got to really know the words, and not necessarily the words, but you have to know the melody so you can get kind of the beat and feel where you are, okay? So here we go. I'm just going to do a little bit just to kind of get you in the mood for Can I Have This Dance? I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced. And I knew, single strokes, as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. Just a little bit of the chorus here. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? All right, how was that for a teaser? That's got you in the mood, right, for this song. You'll be walking around the house for the next 2 days singing, can I have... You're going to walk up to your spouse in the middle of the kitchen cooking, or you're going to be doing something. Either way, one of you going to be cooking, and your spouse is going to walk up to you and go, can I have this dance? And they're going to turn around and hit you with the pot or slap you, one or the other, right? That's okay. It's all right. But hey, you ready to get going with this? I'm going to show you how to do this. This is really easy. And did you see how I kind of did those single strokes till we got to the chorus? When we got to that chorus, it just immediately changed. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? We'll talk about that, okay? All right, let's get started. First of all, it starts in A. So do y'all remember A? How many remember A? First of all, how many remember? Let me see a show of hands. How many remember, can I have this dance? Yeah, okay, I got you. So here we go. It starts in A. Y'all remember A? Y'all remember A? Take a look at the charts, okay? A. We've learned A, but remember, I've just decided in every song video lesson that I'm going to do from now on, I'm going to continue to recap and review the chords with you. Okay, is that okay with you? I'm not going to take it for granted at all that you remember these chords, because I know how I was learning these chords too, okay? And it takes a while. It takes some time, okay? So if you don't mind, I know some people say, I've seen some comments, Bill, why do you keep going over the same thing? Why do you keep going over the same thing? And I go, well, you know, when people watch my videos, I never know whether they're beginners, they're intermediate folks, they're senior experienced, you know, where are I don't know that. But I know that as we go and the more videos we do, probably won't spend as much time on the chords just when we're talking about a particular song, because I've got other videos for that. You can go to my channel and you can see I've got a whole video on just the A chord or the C chord or the G chord and the D chord and all these. So I want you to have gone through those as well. All right, so here we go with A again. A all happens on the 2nd fret. The whole chord is on the 2nd fret. This is the chord where you got your 3 fingers kind of all punched together here, okay? You've got your first finger, okay, your first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. You have your 2nd finger right behind it on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And then you have your 3rd finger on the 2nd string on the 2nd fret. Now that we have a little electric action here, got a little better sound, you might be able to hear these notes even better, okay? Keep that thumb up underneath the neck, push straight down, get that arm up underneath there so your hand will be pushing these strings straight down. In the A chord, you're hitting strings 5 through 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful chord. A. Now, it transitions immediately from A to A7th. Y'all remember A7th? Now, some of y'all have told me some of these 7th chords are kind of tough for you, and some of the minor chords are kind of tough for you. Some of these have workarounds. Now, this particular A7th, you really need to learn this one, okay? Because this is a lot of times where we're going to go from A to A7th. It means you're going somewhere. Remember what I said about those 7th? We're heading right around the corner. A7, and then it goes, you know, right back into D on this one. So it's that segue chord in between A and D. Right? So you got to know these 7. So let's look at that. A, remember A, okay? Play it. Let me hear you play A. Okay. All right, you got it. All right. Now A7th. A7th, you're barring just a few strings here. Okay, on your first finger, you're coming here and you're barring the first 4 strings on the 2nd fret. Sounds like that if you didn't use this. Now your 2nd finger comes up and it's on the 1st string, on the 3rd fret. Look at the chart. All right, you're barring these. It's a lot easier if you keep this thumb. If you keep this thumb up here, you're going to be getting this. Bring your thumb up underneath there, bar the first 4, and then your second finger is on that first one. All right? That's A7th. Now let me see you go from A to A7th. Go back to A. I'll always remember. Got it? A to A7th. Sing that too. I'll always, single strokes, remember the song. Got it? That's D. We're getting ready to go to D. So it's A, A7th, and D. I know you know D. We've talked about D. There's D, D7th, D minor, D. Here's D. Look at the chart. 2nd and 3rd fret, okay? Your first finger is on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. Your second finger is on the 1st string of the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger is on the only one on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And you're going to be hitting strings 4 down. That's D. You can actually hit all 5 strings, 5 through 1 with a D chord, but I try not to. Sometimes I just try to always go for 4 down. D, 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 okay? Now let's go back to that first line again. A, I'll always, when you say remember, it goes to the A7th. I'll always, single strokes, remember the song D that they were playing. E7th, E7th. All right, we've done A, A7th, D, E7th. Remember E. This is E. Look at the chart. That's E. I say that because that's a very common chord that we do a lot. E. Okay, that's E. All we're doing is lifting up our 3rd finger. You ready? Look at the chart and you'll see the difference. There's E. Lift up that 3rd finger. There it is, 7th. Just like you saw on the A7th. We're going somewhere. It goes right to D from there. So that's a transition, or a segue chord, as I like to call it. E7th, E7th, okay? Let's do that whole first sentence, all right? Single strokes. I'll always remember, A7th, going to D, the song they were playing, E7th. E7th, got that? Now you go back. Now that you know all the chords almost, you know three of them there already, right? A, A7th, D. You actually know 4 of them already. There's only one more. Okay. We go back to the second sentence. The first time, back to E7th, we danced, and I knew A. Wow, you guys are doing good. We're moving right along. That's the first 2 sentences, okay? Let's do those first 2 sentences again. I'll always remember A7th, going to D, the song they were playing, E7th, back to D, the first time, back to E7th, we danced, and I knew A. Then you go to E7th as we go to the next verse, okay? Just always remember, get that 7th in there. Let's do that again, the first 2 sentences. I'll always, A7th, remember the song, E7th, they were playing, D, the first time, E7th, we danced, and I knew A, in E7th. And it just repeats it. As we sway, A, to the music, A7th, and held D, to each other, E7th, D. I fell in E7th love with you, A. And then it hits that E7th again. All right? First verse is down. First verse and down. And now we go to the chorus. But we're not going to do the chorus until we do this whole first verse again, okay? You can hear me. Hopefully you can hear this guitar here, okay? You can hear that. And you may be noticing something different about what I'm doing in this lesson. I made a decision on YouTube, and it's good and bad decision. I think it's good for all of us, and it's good for me because it helps me. I can show you the way I do these a lot better. I'm using all the words now. I'm actually doing it. There's no monetization when I do this for YouTube. Any kind of ad rights that YouTube has goes to the creators, goes to Anne Murray's people, but that's okay. I understand that, and but I just think it's that important. I've had a lot of comments from you guys, and I appreciate that. I know what you're saying. If you don't have the words to it, it's kind of hard. So I'm definitely sacrificing that, and I'm not going to do it on every song, but on the songs that I really want you to learn that are really simple with just a few chords, I'm going to do it. Okay? So with that said, let's do this whole first verse. A. I'll always, A7th, remember the song D. They were playing E7th. Going back to D. The first time we danced E7th. And I knew A. E7th. Back to A. As we swayed to the music, A7th, and held D to each other, E7th. I fell in E7th love with you, A, into E7th. And here comes the chorus. Could I have this A7th dance for the D rest of my life? E7th, would you be my partner? D, every night. E7th, back to A, when we were A7th together. D, it feels so right. D minor. All right. There's that fifth chord. You're waiting for that fifth chord, right? You thought you had it. Yeah. Well, we played this fifth chord before. We've done it a lot. We played D minor. Here it is. Look at the chart. Here's D. You already played. Here's D minor. All right. Let's see. Every time I hear D minor, I think of, what's the name of that song? Green fields? Green sleeves. Green fields. Green sleeves. Green fields of summer. One of those. That's what D minor reminds me of. Okay, D minor. There it is. Your first finger is on the first string on the first fret. Your second finger is on the third string, second fret. And your third finger is on the third fret on the second string. D minor. Let me hear it. Let me see you do that. Make sure everyone sounds. Now go from D minor to D. D. Listen to the difference. D major, D minor. See, if we were doing A and A minor, it'd sound the same, right? Here's A minor. A minor. There is a house in New. Every time A minor happens, it triggers that. I can't help that. Okay, that's A and A minor, D minor, D. Yeah, it's just that regular chord, but it's that drama. That's what the minors do. All right, so that's where that is. When we were together, A7, it feels so right. D minor, back to A. Could I have this dance, E7, for the rest of my, back to A. That's the chorus. All right, let's do that chorus one more time, because I could tell a couple of you kind of struggle with that, okay? After we do that first verse, here's the last line of that first verse. I fell in D, E7, love with you, A, and and E7th, single strokes. Now we're changing the strum. Could I have this dance, A7th, for the rest, D, of my life? E7, would you be my partner? D, every E7th night when we're together. A7, D and D minor, it feels so right. A, could I have this dance, E7, for the rest of my life? Wow, you did it. You got the first verse and the chorus, and here we're going to the second verse. It stays with A, everything stays the same. Just follow these chords along, up on the screen. I'll always remember A7th, that D, that magic E7th moment. D, when I held you close, E7th to A, to me, E7th. As we moved A together, D, I knew forever, E7th, back to D, you're all I'll, E7th, ever need, A to E7th. Back to the chorus, second chorus, E7th to A. Could I have this dance, A7, for the rest of my life? E7, would you be my partner? D, every E7 to A. When we were together, A7 to D, it feels, here's the minor, so right. A, could I have this dance, E7, for the rest of my life? A. Then this is the final verse. You're in A already, you just stay in A. Could I have this dance? It just repeats it. For the rest of my life. E7th, would you be my partner? D, back to E7 night. A, when we were together. A7, D and D minor, it feels so right. A, could I have this dance, E7, for the rest of my life? That's the end of the song, but you can just kind of do that last part one more time. Could I have this dance for the rest of, big finish, my life? A. How about that, huh? Can I have this dance? Wow. I tell you, if y'all were here with me, I would be asking you that right now. Can I have this dance? Because I tell you what, that's one you want to dance to. That is just such a cool song right there. Anne Murray, 1980, Urban Cowboy, okay? Let's go through it again. We're going to go through it step by step, not completely again. We're going to go slow, and I want you to get this, okay? We're also going to be looking at the strumming a little bit more in this, okay? We'll pick it up when we do it in a minute, but let's still keep with those single strokes for right now. Single downstrokes. A, look at the chart. Okay, single strokes. I'll always, A7th, remember. D, the song they were playing the first time we danced. And I knew, A, E7. Just doing the single strokes, but I am doing a little bit faster. As we swayed to the music, A7, and held deep to each other. D, I fell in E7th love with you. Single strokes. E7th to A, single strokes. Could I have this A7th dance for the rest of my life. E7th, would you be my partner? D, every E7th. A, when we were together. A7th, it feels so right. D minor. A, could I have this dance for the rest of my life? How about that? You're doing so great. Let's finish it out. Let's go to the second verse. Single strokes. I'll always, A7, remember, D and E7, that magic moment when I held you, E7, close to me, E7th. As we moved A together, A7 to D, I knew forever, D, you're all out, E7, ever heard me, A, and back to E7. Chorus, could I have this dance, A7, for the rest of my life, E7, would you be my partner, D, every E7th, A, when we were together, A7, it feels so, D and D minor, right, A, could I have this dance for the E7th of my life? And then it just kind of repeats the chorus. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? D, E7th, would you be my partner? D and E7th, every night. A, when we were together, A7, D, feels so right, D minor. Could I have this dance, A and the E7, for the rest of my life? Isn't that an awesome song? That's just such a cool song. I know you probably hate to hear me keep saying how easy it is. I know because as you're struggling sometimes, you're probably saying, Bill, it's not easy. Well, it is easy to learn and it is easy to play once you know these chords. You got to work on getting this A sounding good. This A7th may be a little bit new to you. Get that down. It's really not a difficult thing to play. D, we should already be playing D. E7th is easy. There, I said it again. Easy. It is. If you can play E, you can play E7. So you've played these chords before, and maybe D minor may be one of the first times that you've heard. Okay, and you've seen us do that one too, and that's not a hard one. Okay, so now before we finish, I'm gonna let's look at the strumming a little bit. Let's see how we can pick up this strumming. Okay, let's change this around a little bit. All right, so let's look at the strumming for a minute. Now, if you watch my strumming video, you'll notice that one of my patterns in there, I call it the up down 1 plus 1 through 4. All right, 1 plus 1 through 4, and that was if we're gonna do A, it's 1 and then 1 2 3 4. 1 down and then the 4 pattern, which will end on the up. 1 down, 1 2 3 4. 1 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 3 4 1. Okay, let's try that pattern with this song. Okay, see how this works. I think it works pretty good. I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and I knew as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. How about that? That works well. See what I mean on those strumming videos? Hopefully you saw that you can change the strumming pattern up and it changes the whole thing that you do. And you can always do a combo plan. You can mix and match. All right? We just did the whole first verse like that. What if we did the first verse in single stroke? I'll always remember the song they were playing. And let's say we're going to really pick it up when it goes to the chorus. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? You'd be my partner every night. When we were together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance? How about that? So you're actually going from the single stroke to the 1 plus 1 through 4. 1 plus 1 through 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. Slow it down if you want to. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll always remember the song they were playing first time we danced. And I knew as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. Single strokes, practice that, practice the single stroke, practice the 1 plus 1 through 4 up downs, okay? Those are 2 easy patterns that you could do to get this song. This is a real good song to do that. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do, now that I'm using the words, we're going to go through the whole song. I'm going to take it all the way through just like you were playing it, okay? I'm going to play it in my style, the way that I normally would do strumming, and you may notice there'll be a big mix because that's usually what I do. Because I kind of go, and as I said in those strumming videos, I go with the beat. I go with what the words tell me and with the way the verses are. How is that supposed to go? I don't really have to, but that's just the way that I kind of do it. And that's on my channel. If you haven't learned that by now, you know, I've said it many times, I'm not really a guitar teacher. I'm a guitar shower. I know nothing about music theory, all right? But I can just about play any song. If you hum me a song, if you can hum it to me, I can play it. And that's what I want you to be able to do. The theory, there's tons of channels on YouTube you can go to listen to theory and what this note is and what that note is and what that note is. And if you put them together and you could do, that's a whole different thing. I'm all about playing these chords and teaching you how to get the beat with the chords, the style, the technique of the guitar, so that you can sit down, somebody can hum a song to you, or you'll be at a party and they'll say, hey, can you play that song that Anne Murray did in 1980, what was the name of that song? And somebody said, can I have this dance? Yeah, I can play that. And I tell you, you'll be the life of the party. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do it, and the chords will be up there. And if you feel good about it, you just start playing along with me. Okay? Starts in A. I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and I knew as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we were together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? I'll always remember that magic moment when I held you close to me. As we moved together, I knew forever you're all I'll ever dance for the rest of my life. Would you be my partner every night? When we were together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we were together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? There it is. Could I have this dance? And man, I could tell, I know a lot of you guys were playing along. I could hear you, and you did great. That sounds good. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this kind of new style that I'm doing here and being able to put some words to it. I even dressed up for y'all tonight. Look at this. I even dressed up a little bit to play a beautiful song like this. I wanted to impress this sweetheart right here too, that soon I'll be able to say her or his name right pretty soon. So keep those comments coming in. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the comments. And remember my other channel, my Seniors Sing and Play. You'll be able to see this over there as well. Actually going to do a little surprise on that one. I think I'm going to add a little accompaniments to it when I put it over on that channel. You may take a look at that down the road a little bit, all right? So once again, it's great to see everybody. Everybody's looking good out there. You know, I always like to close with this. We may be thinking we may be getting a little bit older, but in reality, we're just getting better, right? I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.